Hi guys, we Bob here, and I'm out in the garage. I've got a boiler, thermostat to put on, so I'm going to clear the bikes out of the road. I thought I'd do it. I tried to do a VR to Mamemeister in the car the other night, running my daughter to clubs, and that turned out okay. But I had to do just audio because the lighting was rubbish. You probably can't even see my face because of my hat, but I'm not taking it off. So I thought I'm kind of here to do this job anyway. I'll talk about my PlayStation VR that I was talking about the other night, and the VR to Mamemeister about his. If you were left with one system, what system would you keep? What console would you keep? Would you keep the Spectrum? Would you keep the Commodore 64? Would you keep the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360? In his case, he chose Xbox 360. So I'm just going to take you guys along. It might cut in and out depending on what I'm doing. I'll try and talk and move bikes and talk about my past gaming history stuff. Art wise, I have not been near my art pad at all this week, so that's why there's no videos of speed drawings, because I haven't had a chance to sit down and do that. I'm actually doing some C# programming at the moment for an application I'm working on, so that's taking up most of my time, so apologies for that. However, we'll go into this, we'll see how long the video lasts, and I'm going to probably put it up whatever it is, even if it's an hour long. Whoever wants to watch it can, and rather than me being specific about keeping it small. So I've got my trusty screwdrivers, I've got my phone set up. Hopefully you can hear me alright. 2 minutes gone already. How many minutes do I have? It says I've got 17 minutes, so unfortunately I'll need to go and download it at the same time. Move these bikes out the road. Might speed this up. I don't want to edit too much. Editing takes a long time, and I need to watch. I don't say the word M. I spent hours on my last video editing out the word M. I don't want to do that there. So, see, there you go. Ooh, spider. I like spiders. Not a fan of spiders. Right, be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back again. We have to cut that out. So, in terms of the gaming systems I had as a kid, I've probably mentioned before, if you've heard me mention it before, that I had a Spectrum. If the voice goes in and out, it's something I'm kind of spend ages trying to fix that, so apologies if the voice goes in and out. I do have another microphone I could use, but I don't want to do that now. I'm just trying to remember where this guy put the screws into the boiler. I'm trying to install a remote brand wall. It's like one of these Laurel and Hardy movies that Mamemeister keeps going on about. So. Yeah, I grew up playing the Spectrum, and that was my main spoilers on. So just need to be a bit careful. I'll need to isolate it later on. Yep, Spectrum was my first real computer at home. We never had the Atari 2600 or anything like that. So yeah, Spectrum, and I'm pretty sure at one time we had a Commodore 64, and I used to play games like School Days and Chucky Egg. But yeah, the C64 I had, the Spectrum I had, Then I moved into having a Master System, which my friend had, and we loved playing that. And Alan was asking which would you keep if you could only keep one. And I was going through it and I'm thinking I wouldn't really keep the Spectrum, because yes, I loved the Spectrum, yes it had loads of games on it, but ultimately they were short-lived games. It was just pick up, have a blast, see how it went. And I then moved on to the Master System and Mega Drive. And again, Master System and Mega Drive were short-lived games, but you did have Desert Strike that I played for hours on end. You had James Pond, which I remember playing. Golden Axe. Yep, that's it, firing up. Golden Axe and Mega Drive. Jungle Strike, FIFA, which we used to play all the time. And all these games that were just brilliant games on the Mega Drive, and I don't know whether you can even see me in shot. So, what would I keep? I then moved into PlayStation 1, which again, Alien Trilogy was one of the first games I played. I've talked about it many times. Destruction Derby, and I've got my PlayStation Classic up the stairs, which I talked about in the last video. And all these great systems, PlayStation 2. So the PlayStation 2 kind of came around when I was a young dad. We were having. I need to go and look in what year the PlayStation 2 came out. I used to play The Incredibles with my boy. Me and him used to play the PlayStation 2 in a two-player game. He was Mr. Frozone and I was Mr. Incredible, or the other way around. And we used to have a great time playing that game. I loved it. I would actually really like to go back and have a shot at that again. I think I've got it up the stairs. I haven't got my PlayStation 2 set up yet. So my choice really is probably going to be in the same generation as Mamemeister's, and that is the PlayStation 3, which I kind of gave away several times if I don't edit this out. But the PlayStation 3 is a system that has brilliant graphics. It's before this PlayStation 4 internet age. It was like the last generation where you didn't have to patch your game generally. Probably later games it became more of a thing. They realised that you could actually release a game and then patch it afterwards, but ultimately most of the time with the PlayStation 3 I didn't have to patch games from my memory, and I think that is my choice. So I've brought out some games to talk about. One of them's a bit of a cheat and I want to know whether it's allowed. But the PlayStation 3 is the one that I would pick. Anyway, I've got this open. I need to go and see if the schematic is available. I'm going to pause this just now, and I'll be back. So, see you in a minute. So guys, that's my choice for the console that I'll keep. Now, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing today, I'm installing a Salus RT300RF thermostat, hopefully. It was about 50 quid from memory, and being somewhat electrical, I'm not an electrician, I tend to design more stuff than I do install. So me installing stuff is usually quite humorous to the guys at work. Usually I go overboard with the cable sizing and doing it properly. I'm not brilliant at doing it properly, but this is it. It's just this will be the sender receiver on off battery. Well, this side of it's mains powered, so I'll need to isolate the mains and wire that in. And then I've got the receiver which you just put on the wall, and it's powered from batteries. So I know this might not be any interest to any of you, but I thought I'm going to do this talk about the console thing. I'll do it while I'm installing this, but what I'll do is I'll talk about some of the games that I have loved playing on the PlayStation 3. And I'm hoping I haven't just cut my head off several times. We'll see. If I have, I'll just put the audio with. So if you see me, or if you just see background something, it just means I've cut my head off and you've not been able to see me. But one of the first games I got was Burnout Paradise, and it was my first real introduction to console online gaming as well. And I'm not a big fan of online gaming, but this game when it first came out and online was relatively new to consoles, everybody was a bit more respectful. You didn't have as many. I made really great friends, online friends on this, just driving about on top of rooftops doing jumps together, smashing through crash barriers, races, everything like that on Burnout Paradise. And I used to go in every night just to see these people, and it was amazing seeing other people move their cars next to you, and then you would just race. And it was not owning any cars that remotely looked like any of the cars in this game means that when you get a chance to play them in a game, it's really cool. The cars in this game are all fictitious, I believe. You've got like the Hunter, and yeah, so Burnout Paradise, it's actually not in great nick. I don't know why. I do still have everything, but it is. I must have got this when it first came out. I'm trying to think when that would have been. Does it tell me? 2007? I thought the PlayStation 3 came out in 2008, so I would have bought this 2008. I'm just looking to see how much time I've got. About 3 minutes, and then I'll go in and check if the schematic is printed out. So another game that I loved playing was Fallout. It sounds like it's fell out of its case there. No, in fact I've actually got several Fallout 3s because I've got a number of PlayStations. I've picked up bundled games with the PlayStations, but Fallout 3 was just, I played this for hours, hours and hours and hours. Once you get into it and you had the VATs, you could slow down time. It wasn't as scary as some of the other games. I don't like scary games, so the ability to stop a monster running at you and slow them down with the VATs made all the difference to me. It made me not as jumpy with the game. But I put hours into Fallout 3, and I'm almost certain I completed the main story mission. I won't have completed all the side missions because it's too huge, and I don't have that amount of time to spend on games. But I was more of a gamer when the PlayStation 3 came out, less doing artwork. I wasn't really doing art back then. I was doing some programming stuff and some rendering, but nothing on the same scale as I do just now with the drawings. And as I say, this week I've been coding in C#. So few other games, let me just see if I can pick up a couple. Some sports games that I like would be Fight Night Round 4. Again, I played this for hours. The graphics on it were brilliant. It reminded me of Barry McGuigan's. Okay, so I get kind of cut off there. I was talking about Fight Night Round 4 and Madden NFL 13 I've got here, and both of them are brilliant games. I haven't played as much of Madden because it gets a wee bit too involved. When I used to play Madden in the Mega Drive, it used to be quite simple. You only had like so many plays that you could do, and that made it easier for bikes going everywhere. Excuse me. But yeah, you only had like so many plays. Anyway, I've got my little schematic now. I need to drill into the wall here to mount this guy here, and we'll just double check it where he goes. That's up the way. So that needs to go in the wall like so. Don't know if you can see that, and that comes down. So I'll let this go there now, and I'll talk while I'm getting myself set up. So, what other games do I have there? I have one of the best games I've ever played in my life would be like Sleeping Dogs Y. I believe that's what it's called. I've got it here. It's quite good if you can just jump cut. It wouldn't be good if you. Wouldn't it be great if you could just do what you need to do and jump the video, and that was your job complete. That'd be great. So you guys get the pleasure of not seeing all the hassle that I'm going through to get this thing on the wall. But yeah, back to games. Sleeping Dogs. is a brilliant game, so if you haven't played it, have a shot, because you can pick it up dead cheap nowadays. You don't have to spend a lot of money on games for the PlayStation at the moment, and they haven't even up in price, so they're not really collectible as such. So yeah, other games that I've got here, I have, let me just go through them. I've got Red Dead Redemption. There's not really much to be said other than that's a brilliant game. I've got LA Noire, which is a Grand Theft Auto type game, and I need to complete that. I think I ran out of ability. And Assassin's Creed, I mentioned Assassin's Creed, I think when I was talking about it last night. Assassin's Creed was the first game I ever played for the PlayStation 3, and I love Assassin's Creed. I haven't played all of them, but I have played the main one I've played is Black Flag, and I've mentioned that in previous vlogs as well. So I'm just going to screw this into the wall and take it from there. So I'll go into the cheat one now. Once I've done this, my kids are outside working on branches and cutting down branches in the garden. I don't know how good the microphone is on this. I might need to boost. That's my problem with doing this. I just leave it unedited. I edit for hours on end and then don't put it up, because I keep recording. Vlogs and then not putting them up, and I think what a waste of time that was. So I think this one will definitely go up. That doesn't look entirely straight, but for the fact that it's not in the house, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let me just release that a bit and push it down. It's probably closer to it. Yep, and between the lines. Always good if it's level. I'll just check that sits on there, which it will. Double check. Yep, that sits there. So now I'm just going to cable. As it says, there's pop-outs on the bottom here that I can use to cable in. Oh, I didn't talk about Lego. Lego's another. The Lego series is another game series that I love. There's something about the Lego games that is. These are almost linking back to classic games, retro games, just to annoy Alan. And you can pick them up, you can have a blast, you destroy things. It takes you back to the kind of ability to just pick up, play for 5 minutes and put down, presuming a loading screen's not going to be too long. So I have got quite a lot of Lego games for my PlayStation 3, this one being Lego Marvel Superheroes. So the cheat, so Alan will need to respond in some way or other whether he puts in his Friday waffle, but he needs to clarify, am I allowed this? Am I allowed Mega Drive Ultimate Collection? Because that's one of the reasons I chose the PlayStation 3. I didn't have to choose the Mega Drive because ultimately I can go and get the Mega Drive Ultimate Collection on it as well, and that means I get the Sonic and the Sonic 2, or other games, Streets of Rage that I played back in the day. So it is a bit of a cheat, but the games are replicated really well on the PlayStation. So Alan, is it a cheat? Is it not? I'll let you decide, and I'll continue on with trying to install this thermostat. Right, schematic. I'm probably going to finish this vlog here and continue on. I might just continue recording, but I'm not going to talk unless something pops into my brain. But that's me. I choose the PlayStation 3 to continue with, and especially if I'm allowed to choose the Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. I don't know what other collection games they've got, but yeah, that's my choice, and I hope you guys are well. So cheers, and wee Bob is gone. Bye.